Hey guys, what is up? It is A-Ray here bringing you guys another vlog. So this is a video that I wanted to make, and it's something that I've been through many times. And I'm at a point now where it's like I kind of understand like female psychology by this, if that makes any sense. So, and that is my ex unblocked me. What does that mean? And I'm just going to be honest with you. The first thing that everybody immediately thinks is that they miss me. And you're not wrong, but you're also not right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not necessarily that they miss you. It could be, very well could be. But most likely what it is that they are curious about you. Especially if they blocked you in the past and there was some type of emotional connection there. They want to know what the fuck is going on. You know, like what they're really trying to do is see, like, take a peek into your life to see, like, if the door is still open. You know what I'm saying? Because the fact of the matter is, all right, if the person who blocked you really didn't care, there would have been no reason for them to block you in the first place, okay? Every guy, whether in their fucking childhood or teenage years or what have you, okay? When you created a social media account for the first time ever, okay? At some point in your life, every guy who has a social media account, if they've messaged a girl, has been left on red at some point, okay? And people who don't care don't react. Right? Like, that's just the way it is, okay? If you don't hold any emotional weight in somebody's life, it's pretty obvious. Like, they will leave you the fuck alone. Nothing you do will affect them, right? That's just the way it is. Now, if you have been blocked by somebody, it's because they're trying to... It's usually emotional, unless you did something fucking crazy. But a lot of the times, right, the reason they block you is because there's emotional weight there. They're trying to get away from it. They need time away, right? But once they unblock you, all of a sudden, they're viewing your stories, they're liking your posts, they're commenting on your posts, and now you're wondering, what the fuck do I do? You don't do a fucking thing, okay? You're allowed to breadcrumb them one time, okay? And what I mean by that is, like, maybe, I don't know, let's say, I don't know, you play basketball, and they post something basketball-wise. You are allowed to just like one thing, and that's it. Now, I'm going to tell you why, okay? And this is really if you even want to be involved in them. Short term, you are not going to grovel at their fucking feet. Okay? You're just not. You can't do it. Because the fact of the matter is, women are taught this dumb shit that, like, men are supposed to, like, fix the relationship. And to some extent, they are right. Okay? Men are supposed to fix the relationship. In the relationship. Okay? If we're broken up, all right, I don't gotta do a fucking thing. All right, like, the way that I see it, okay, and this is the way that you should see it, someone unblocking you is not a free pass to fucking message them. I'm telling you, it's not. Because the fact of the matter is, they're testing the waters, okay? They want to see if you're going to message them, if you're going to reach out, they're really trying to see if you still give a shit, okay? And maybe you do, okay? But at the same time, part of what they're doing is because they want to peek into your life, but they also want control. That's what they want. They want to be able to control the relationship. And the fact of the matter is, okay, if they're the ones that broke up with you, all right, they're the ones who are responsible for fixing the connection. End of story. Point blank. Full stop, period, that's it. Okay, if they fucked it up, if they're the one who created the space, they're the one who has to, you know, close the space, essentially. Because the fact of the matter is, if you grovel at their feet, they're going to think you're always available for them. That's what's going to happen. Okay, that's what they're doing. They're like, can I go back there if this shit doesn't work out? And even if they can, okay, it is on them to reach out to you directly. Not this, what we call, Coach Kenneth Craig calls it an indirect direct, where they'll view your stories all the time, or they'll like your posts, or they'll even comment on your posts, but they won't reach out to you directly. You are not to give them a fucking thing until they reach out to you directly. All right, because it is on them, because that is not a direct source of communication. It's like them sticking their foot in the water to see what the temperature is. All right. you are not to reward that shit. You just don't. You don't reward it. Okay? You can breadcrumb them a little bit if you really want to. Don't do it all the time, but breadcrumb them once in a while, right? Just to let them know, like, yeah, I'm open to this, but you're gonna have to fucking try. Okay? Like, you're the one who's gonna have to go 90%. Especially if they're the ones who created the space between you. If they broke up with you, if they ghosted you, whatever. It is on them to fix it. It is not on you. Because all it does is just create this belief that you're always going to be available. So, what you're going to do is just continue living your life. What you really want to do is, in some ways, like try to look like you're improving in some way, shape, or form. Maybe you're going to the gym now. Maybe you just got promoted at a new job. Maybe you just bought a new car. Maybe it's something small, like you lost 5 pounds. I don't know. But just something like you want to make them feel like they're missing out on something. And odds are they know they're missing out on something. That's why they're looking at your profile. So if it's you, okay, the whole purpose of this is to just stay in no contact, because what you're trying to do is get them to be a fucking adult. Like, at the end of the day, that is what you're trying to do, is get them to be an adult, to say, like, you need them to say to themselves, I care about this person. I want this person back in my life. Okay? I need to put my ego aside and reach out to them. Okay? Because if you reach out to them, all you're doing is feeding their ego. All you're doing is feeding their belief that they're the fucking prize, and that should not be the case. All right? Especially when they broke up with you. Now, if they're looking in, you're the prize. Now you are becoming the prize. So what you want to do is just act like nothing happened. If they like your fucking shit, if they comment on it, don't just act like it didn't happen. Because the fact of the matter is, eventually at some point, that's going to drive them fucking crazy. Okay? It's going to drive them crazy. Okay? And even with their profile, don't view their stories, don't like their shit. You can do it one time to breadcrumb them, but that's it. Okay? After that, it is on them. It is on them to fix the thing that they fucked up. Okay? It's called taking accountability and responsibility for your actions. All right? And I understand women aren't exactly the greatest at this, but it's just the idea you want them to go the distance. That's the whole point of it. And in the meantime, you're going to continue to live your life. You're going to talk to women, you're going to go on dates, you're going to do all this shit, okay? Try to make your life better, because the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, something everybody needs to understand is that if people wanted to, they would. Right? So that's where you need to be. You need to understand that if they wanted to, they would. And eventually, here's the thing, if you hold out long enough, eventually they're going to message you. At some point in time, they're going to. It might not be tomorrow, next week, or next month, but eventually, if you just stay stoic and stay true to who you are and just act like the shit ain't happening, it's gonna drive them fucking crazy, because they're gonna be like, I'm pinging this motherfucker and he's not doing anything, okay? Eventually, they're just gonna say, fuck it, I'm doing it anyway, okay? And that's what you want, because then you have the control now. Now you have the power in that relationship. You now control the way this shit goes, and you're not gonna grovel at their feet. You're not gonna become fucking, like, you're not gonna allow them immediate access, okay? You're gonna take longer to reply. You're gonna make them feel like your time is fucking valuable, and it is, and it should be, okay? But when they reach out, you don't want to become, like, hooked again, essentially. You don't want to become anxious and replying to them all the time and all sorts of shit. You want to gap that shit out, because you got to make them understand that what you did to me was fucked up, and now, okay, you're going to have to act right. Okay, like, if you want to be back with me, you got to get right. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you're looking to do. Not saying to be a dick. You don't want to be a dick about it. You don't want to be mean. You don't want to be an asshole. Okay, but you have to make them understand that the best way I can put this is that you're a gift and not a guarantee. And they need to understand that. That is what you need to understand, is while doing all of this, you're forcing them to understand that you are a gift and not a guarantee. So tell me what you guys think down below in the comment section below. A like helps me out. Subscribe if you guys want to see more. I'm A-Ray, and I'm out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.